All right, good morning. So I just wanted to give a synopsis of my sixth experience last night with the shaman doing an ayahuasca treatment, what they call Yagé over here. And it was another all-nighter, so I haven't slept all night. And every time I've done it, it's been unique. In fact, this time I got a call from the shaman in Los Angeles, and he told me, he just called me out of nowhere. And he started reprimanding me. He said, dude, I've been calling you, I've been texting you, you don't return my messages, what's going on? And I said, well, sorry, I just, busy, I lost track. So he said, well, I need to talk to you about your mom. There's some stuff going on with your mom and we need to resolve it. So I had asked him to pray for my mom, my family, some friends, close friends, last time I was over here. And basically he said that I guess she had a disagreement with the sister a while back, and that the sister put some kind of spell on her and that it's been affecting her all this time. And of course, that sounds a little bit odd. I'm not used to of hearing stuff like that. So I just kind of listened, and after a while, he started going into more details, and it was quite interesting. He said that when my mom had a falling out with a sister over some real estate, some property a while back, a long time ago. In fact, once he said that, I started thinking about it. I go, yeah, actually there was a issue about 50 years ago. And he says, yeah, and apparently the sister got a Cuban Santeria guy and put a spell on your mom. And that spell has been in effect for like the last 50 years, and it has been broken. And it's about to blow up. It's going to cause her a bunch of problems in her breast. So I thought, whoa, that's interesting, because one of my aunts was married to a Cuban guy, and there was a disagreement over some property about 50 years ago. So, I listened, and in fact, my mom did have a diagnosis of a growth in her breast last year. Luckily, it wasn't anything bad, but it's something that they want to monitor every few months. So he said, yeah, you should come over here. I want to work with you on that and some other things for yourself personally. And I said, okay. So I didn't have a real busy week at work. I was able to move my schedule around. I decided, okay, I'm going to come over and visit. So once I got over here, the guy bailed. He wasn't here. He took off to another city, Medellin, and I'm in Cali. And I thought, okay, well, dude, I came over here to see you. He goes, yeah, but I'm real busy. And okay, well, how long are you going to be there? I'll head over there, because I'm going to go over there to see my doctor friend who's going to give me a stem cell treatment on my knee in a few days. Gracias. And he said, yeah, I'm not sure. He goes, I'm going to leave from here. I'm going to another place called Caldas, which I think is like 10 hours away. So I thought, man, I'm not going to be chasing the guy around the country. But he said, don't worry. This Saturday, my older brother, is going to do a treatment. He's also a shaman. Remember, this comes from lineage. So this is multiple generations. It's not like you just pick it up along the way. And it comes along their whole family, their ancestral line, their great-great-great-grandparents. My shaman, all his siblings, they've all been trained since they were kids. So I thought, okay, it's fine. His brother's older, he should have more experience. And the guy I know, Clement, he's a rock star. He's awesome. Best I've ever met. So here's the video of when I met him in front of the church. So I'm here in front of the church, and I'm waiting for a shaman, and I'm pretty sure this is him. He's coming to meet me to take me out to a ceremony tonight. Jack? Hola. Buenos días.
Es Guillermo.
Guillermo? Ah, ok. Disculpa.
Sí.
All right. So this is el shaman?
Sí, estaban puntuales por acá, ¿no?
Yeah, no. Siempre somos puntuales. ¿Ah?
Esperemos que ya viene el hijo mío.
Ok.
Entonces,
Te va a llevar, ok. ¿Vamos a ir a lago o río o algo?
eso es más arribita del zoológico.
Oh,
No sé si
ok.
se conozca el zoológico.
No, hace mucho ahí. Sí. Okay. So his brother takes me to this, ceremony, and this was a group ceremony. Now, I've done group and individual, and they both have very distinctive advantages and disadvantages. Obviously, if you're alone, you get a lot of attention. And the cost is not very much more. It's like a few dollars. It's negligible. But in a group, you see some very interesting things. Like last time I saw possession. That was really Whoa. The guy was acting like a dog and he was barking and biting people. I mean, it was pretty wild. And I talked about it in my previous video. It was pretty interesting. So I was kind of hoping to see something like that. The session I went to last night was all locals, just like the last time. He met me in front of his church. He took me to this camp outside the city. And it was really cool. I mean, it was a nice environment. We were right by a lake. So the shaman I'm with is lighting a fire with another shaman, and they're doing some chanting, and looks like they're doing some preparatory ceremonies there to bring the spirit of the fire and all this other stuff, they said. But we're right next to a river, so I'm going for a night hike here along this river. And I think they have like a small dam or something. So the light's coming from over there. And around us there's mostly forest. So it's kind of a cool backdrop to have a ceremony or to hang out. So here we came to the site. It's what they call a finca. There's these beautiful trees around it. And we're gonna be like in this little hut here they made for us. This is where we're gonna do our ceremony tonight. So the shaman said to prepare. All you wanna do is basically eat light meals during the day so that when you're drinking it doesn't hit you too hard. And then, we got there about 6 o'clock, and then he tells me the ceremony's not gonna start till 10. And I thought, wow, that's a long time. So I got to see all the preparations. It's very interesting. They bless every piece of garment. There were 3 shamans present for the healing, and there was about 14 people exactly, I counted. So they bless every piece of garment before they put it on. They drink our aguardiente, which is like a type of alcoholic beverage they drink here, like a cheap one, like moonshine or something. And they spray it on each piece of clothing before they put it on. And then they get each necklace, and they have 20, 30, 40 necklaces, and necklaces with jaguar teeth and all kinds of cool stuff, and they bless them one by one and they put them on. So it takes a while. And then they have tobacco, just like regular cigars, and they all smoke cigars. And I asked them, does it have some kind of special, herb in it or something? And they said, no, it's just regular tobacco. The smoke helps cleanse the body and the soul and purifies them so that they're clear of mind and they're able to bring in the mother ayahuasca, God, to help in the process of cleansing you. I thought, okay, so they have to make sure they're completely clean so they don't transmit any negative energies to you. So this preparation took about 4 hours. Then they lit a bonfire and they did all this prayers and chanting around the fire, and it was really nice. And they were talking about the mother fire, the god of fire, and then they had a name for him which I don't remember because I'm too tired. And then the people started trickling in. We did a long kind of introduction and ceremony, and we talked about goodness in the world and imbalance in the world, and how, you know, their culture and their medicine is, you know, the ayahuasca, the Yagé, which they call the medicine, is meant to help balance out our world, balance out our lives. And the hope is by balancing out us, that we go out into the community, we create more balance and harmony. So it was cool. We drank the beverage. It didn't taste as potent as the other ones I drank. I had almost no reaction to it. You know, the taste is never pleasant, but, you know, I didn't vomit, I didn't get sick, my stomach didn't bother me, nothing. It was pretty mellow. I just hung out all night, and again, I just started processing, thinking like always. I was thinking about a lot of things that were going on. It was really cool. It helped me, again, bring up things that I wasn't really conscious of and resolve them with past relationships in my life and experiences that maybe I was carrying around. And it helped me thought about like things I've been thinking about a lot lately, like investing and, you know, life direction and all this other stuff. And it kind of guided me and gave me some ideas and clarity. So it was very productive. It's really interesting. Like he was saying, we're going to be done at 6 in the morning. I thought, no way, man, I'm going to bail. But I didn't go to sleep. I was up the whole night, and you're just thinking really peacefully. You're not accelerated or high or scared or nothing. And I could hear the other people vomiting and doing all kinds of stuff in the background. I had no such effect. And I asked the shaman, and he said that basically the more you do it, you not only build a tolerance, but you're clearing energies. And as you clear the energies out, it's easier for you to do this type of work. And you have less things to clear, so it's easier. So you're not going to have as much of a reaction. So he was saying in the beginning, the people that are getting diarrhea and they're vomiting and all this sort of thing, that's happening because they have a lot of stuff to clear up. And he's saying, since I've done it, this is my 6th time in the last 13 months, you know, I'm essentially cleared of a lot of heavy things. So that's why I'm not having much of a reaction. He says I'm in a process of personal development and spiritual enlightenment, is what he said. And I feel good. I mean, I have to say I'm like anybody else. You know, I have my normal routine family, business, work issues, whatever. But like anything in life, nothing really affects me. I don't feel like I have anything significant going on. And I think that coming here for these treatments, I was here about 6 weeks ago, has helped me. But in general, perspective is important. I think that if you look at things, for example, if you have a death in the family or you have a lawsuit or some kind of failure in your life, and you look at it in the context of a few days or a week, sure, compared to that whole week, if you have like a, you know, $100,000 stock loss or something, yeah, you're gonna feel like, whoa, it's such a bummer. I'm so sad, I have a horrible week. But no, don't think of anything like that. Anything that happens in your life, take it in stride. Look at it over the long term, kind of like dollar cost investing in finance or business. You look at it over the long term of your life. I'm 48. Everything that happens, I just kind of look at it in the context of my life and the future life, which I imagine I'm halfway through my life. So it's not really a big deal, whatever it is. Whatever it is, it's not a big deal. I mean, I've had more ups and downs, and, you know, I have a pretty positive outlook on life. So I think in order to keep happy, keep positive, take things in long-term strides. Don't look at things in the short term. So in summary, this experience, it wasn't anything, you know, earth-shattering. I didn't like do anything crazy. These guys were really good, and they have a really interesting technique. Like I said, all of them are very similar, and these guys had a really cool technique, just like the other guy. I mean, they spent a lot of time working on my body and blowing smoke on me and blowing liquids and hitting me with herbs and praying on me and just a lot of work, a lot of time. I mean, it's quite a bit of sacrifice to be a shaman. You absorb a lot of energy and you take in a lot of energies from people. So it's very helpful. And I feel very cool. I haven't slept since, I don't know, I slept the night before. I woke up like at 4 in the morning. It's 1 p.m. today. So I haven't slept since 4 a.m. the day before, and I feel totally fine. Now, I'm looking at myself on the camera. Yeah, I look a little tired, but I don't feel tired. In fact, today I have a real busy day. I'm going to do a lot of sightseeing, and I'm going to get on a bus to go to a new city near been to. So I just wanted to update you on my latest experience, and I hope that helps. If you're thinking about doing it, I definitely recommend it. As of yet, I haven't had any negative experiences, and I don't plan on having any. And I'll include a link here to the NIH. There's some research I've been reading about ayahuasca and its effects on people. And it's been pretty effective in preliminary research. So thank you for listening. And from Cali, Colombia, this is Dr. Ernesto Martinez. Thank you. Goodbye.